Hey guys, what's up? And right now we're in Roscoe Village and they're gonna be having a wine stroll on June 6th, and we're gonna be taking a look at some of the vendors here so you get an idea of what to expect.
What to expect, yeah.
Yeah, when you go on a wine stroll.
We have no idea, never been.
Yeah, we've never been on a wine stroll, so I hope.
Very excited.
Yeah, I hope you get a good idea, drink some good wine, and you know, come along for the ride. Now, on its 6th year, the annual Roscoe Village Wine Stroll will give everyone the opportunity to visit different shops and restaurants while sipping wine from around the world. A red and white wine will be featured at each location in addition to tasty hors d'oeuvres along the stroll. We did a little pre-tasting starting at the Reveler, where Michael, a super friendly in-house sommelier, took care of us. He kindly gave us a crash course on wine tasting. No need to be intimidated here. The following tips will come in handy.
Once you open the bottle, especially when it's fresh open because it doesn't have a lot of air in it, you want to swirl it around in your glass. It's easier to do this on a tabletop because a lot of people just don't have that wrist motion to do this, and if they do, it goes really fast and it spurts out of the glass and it's all over your white shirt and then dinner is over at that point.
That was close.
So it's best to do it on the tabletop for sure.
Okay.
And then you want to give it a nice smell, like deep breaths. A lot of people think, especially when they're teaching, they tell you this like sniff one straight smell like that. Well, we're not Hoover vacuum cleaners, so the best way to describe how to smell is think about our canine friends, because they always tilt their head. They never smell things directly on, so they tilt their head a little bit, and it's amazing. So you tilt your head one way and smell, and then the next way you're going to get something else, because you know your nostrils aren't perfect, so you get different. So it's a great way to smell it. Get your nose in the glass, and you can just smell like a lot of earthiness in here. All of those dark fruits for sure. And then when you taste, you want to bring in a little bit of air when you taste. Again, it's another trick. So you take a tip.
Okay, practice what you learned.
Practice what I'm learning.
See if you know.
A really cool trick that a lot of people don't know about when you're tasting wine, they feel what we call heat. And so this time lets you know how much alcohol is actually in these bottles. So a great way to find out if your alcohol is high alcohol without reading the bottle. So take a sip and swallow, and then breathe out, and then breathe in with your mouth open. And if you get like this really cool sensation across the back of your tongue, you're immediately at 12% or higher.
Oh, wow, that's very
like
precise.
That York peppermint patty sensation where you take it like, and you get this coolness. So that's a great way to tell if you're, and it's a party trick you can do. You know, when you do a blind tasting at your house, be like, hey, I bet
Guess what?
I can tell alcohol content of that wine.
That's a good one. So for someone who's not used to dry wine, is there a gateway wine?
There's always a gateway. There's always a way. There's always a way to get you to cross over to the other side. In general, if you're looking at a wine on its own without looking at a bottle, when you swirl it around the glass, you'll notice that there will be legs, like when the wine runs down, it'll create legs or veins. If you see a lot of these, that's residual sugar hanging onto your glass. So that's going to be clue number one, that there's a lot of residual sugar in here. So it is going to be sweet. But then you can taste it, and it may not be as sweet as you may think, but it's all that fruit combined with the residual sugar that creates that whole sweetness.
As an amateur wine drinker, I think this one specifically, the freak show wine, right? This is really good. If you've never been into wine and trying to get into it or don't like the dry stuff, definitely
This
good.
actually could be a gateway for you.
Yeah?
You're talking about
I like it.
sweet
It's
and
really
dry,
good.
Yeah.
fruity and dry.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The one thing I do love about certain wines, especially ones that hail from the south of France, it's like an erector set on your palate. Everything just keeps building and building and building and building. Every time you take a sip, you're like, oh my god, I didn't see that, I didn't taste that.
How do you decided to go with this wine for the stroll?
Because these are very people friendly.
Okay.
Both wines that I chose are something that you can try, and anyone who says, I don't like red wine, I'm like, I disagree. And
Try
if
this
they taste
one.
it, it'll be like, and then they're like, okay, maybe, and I'm like, okay, now try it with this piece of chocolate. And then they're gonna be like, oh my god.
Sounds like you.
Yeah, that would have been me.
Before we headed to another location,
Michael showed us the room where the wine stroll tasting is going to take place. The same room is used for the monthly wine classes. And by the way, June 19th is the next one, just so you know. Alright, so that was a quick peek at the Reveler. It's a pretty nice place. I really enjoyed it. The wine was fantastic. And as you guys know, I'm an amateur wine drinker and the wine was really good. The red and the rosé. So if you guys get a chance, definitely visit the Reveler. As you can see, we're taking a nice stroll through Roscoe Village. Pretty cool neighborhood, nice and quiet. The streets are clean. It's just awesome. Definitely take time to explore the neighborhoods in your city. This is Le Sud, a very cozy restaurant inspired by the cuisine of southern France that opened last September. Here we were greeted with another couple of delightful wines and a tasty charcuterie board. I'm going to implement everything I've learned so far. Give it a nice swirl or spin.
You look professional.
Yeah, this is a great introduction to wine.
And to get to know the neighborhood too.
Definitely. I mean, I loved Roscoe Village before, but now, like, you know, getting to see it like this,
And
it's
getting
even
to
better.
know the people and the neighborhood and the businesses.
Yeah, definitely gonna come here more.
House-made butter. We have a house-made baguette. It's made with 3 different types of wheat. We have a duck rillette that we make in-house. We have a duck liver mousse that we make in-house. This is some pickled Swiss chard stem that we do in-house and pickled blueberry, along with some house-made salted butter.
All right. Is it like the liverwurst we had in Germany? No, this is
This is really good.
So they let us know that the red wine pairs really well with the charcuterie board. I'm gonna have some red wine now. Cheers.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like, that's fine.
Between the ambiance, the wine, and the delicious food, we were instantly in a celebratory mood. Exactly what we would expect from a neighborhood event like the Roscoe Village Wine Stroll. A big thanks to Melissa Fernata, Executive Director of the Roscoe Village Chamber of Commerce, for taking us around for this fun pre-tasting. For more details on this event, or to know more about the wines that we tasted, visit our blog, kimchiandbeans.com. Hope to see you all there, and thank you so much for watching.